Imagine holding a simple copper-colored penny in your hand, the kind you drop in a tip jar or lose between your couch cushions. Now, what if I told you that one of those very same 2020 Lincoln pennies currently circulating in the United States could be worth a staggering $2.9 million? That's right, one single cent turning ordinary people into overnight millionaires. In this video, we're diving deep into the shocking truth, the hidden details, and the jaw-dropping reality behind the 2020 Lincoln penny that might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers. Today's story isn't just about history, it's about opportunity, your opportunity. Because the Lincoln penny, the most common coin in American pockets, has secrets most people never pay attention to. And in 2020, a rare minting mistake combined with collector demand created one of the most valuable modern pennies ever discovered. Let's break it all down, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for when you check your change. The legend of the Lincoln penny ***. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, designs have changed, from the wheat ears to the memorial, and now the Union Shield, but Lincoln's face has always remained. Billions upon billions of pennies have been struck, and for the most part, they're only worth their face value. 1 cent, but here's the twist. Hidden among those billions are rare errors, limited-run strikes, and unique misprints that collectors go absolutely wild for. Some pennies have sold for tens of thousands, others for hundreds of thousands, and a select few have shattered the million-dollar barrier. And the 2020 penny? It has now joined that elite club. The 2020 penny mystery ***. So what makes the 2020 Lincoln Shield cent so special? At first glance, it looks just like every other penny you've seen. Copper-plated zinc, Lincoln's bust on the front, the shield on the back. But in 2020, a small batch of pennies left the mint with a striking flaw. A rare minting error so unusual that coin experts call it one of the modern marvels of U.S. currency. Some show doubled dies, where details on Lincoln's face or the letters appear doubled. Others have off-center strikes, leaving part of the design missing. And in the rarest cases, collectors believe there were experimental coins struck on the wrong metal planchet, giving them a unique weight and color point. One of these ultra-rare 2020 error pennies recently surfaced at auction and stunned the coin world, selling for an incredible $2.9 million. Overnight, that little 1 cent piece turned into a fortune. How could this happen? The U.S. Mint is one of the most precise manufacturing facilities in the world. But mistakes still happen, and when they do, those coins slip into circulation without anyone realizing it. That's exactly how treasures like this hide in plain sight. Think about it. A coin that was supposed to be just another penny ends up with a unique flaw that makes it one of a kind. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. The fewer that exist, the higher collectors will pay. And when demand spikes, like it has for the 2020 Lincoln error penny, the sky's the limit. What to look for in your change ***. Now, here's where you come in. If you want to find one of these modern treasures, you need to know exactly what to look for. Here are some key signs ***. Check the date ***. Make sure it's a 2020 penny. Inspect Lincoln's face ***. Look closely for doubling, especially around the eyes, nose, and mouth. Examine the letters ***. Errors often show up on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If the letters look doubled or blurred, you might have something rare. Flip to the reverse * on the shield. Look for any unusual doubling, cracks, or misalignment. Weight test ***. If it feels heavier or lighter than normal, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Even small imperfections can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, but the jackpot error, the one that made headlines, was pristine enough to fetch millions. Real-life millionaire stories. Coin history is full of amazing discoveries. People have literally pulled million-dollar pennies out of pocket change, inherited them from family, or stumbled on them in old coin jars that in fact, one lucky collector who found the 2020 rarity never even knew what they had until a dealer pointed it out. They were sitting on life-changing money without realizing it. That's why it pays, literally, to check your change. You might be wondering, why would anyone pay nearly $3 million for a penny? The answer is simple, ***, rarity, demand, and history. Coin collectors are constantly competing to own unique pieces of history. And when an error coin is verified, especially one from a modern year like 2020, it becomes a centerpiece of any collection. For wealthy collectors, owning it isn't about the money. It's about bragging rights, legacy, and holding a piece of US minting history no one else has. So the next time you get change at the grocery store, don't just toss those pennies aside. Look at them closely, because you never know if the coin sitting in your hand is a gateway to becoming a millionaire overnight. The 2020 Lincoln penny worth $2.9 million is living proof that hidden treasures are still out there. Could be in your pocket. Could be in your piggy bank. It could be the very next penny you pick up off the ground. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable pennies, smash that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting adventures, and share this video with your friends. Because who knows, one of them might be holding a fortune without even realizing it. And remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth millions. What if I told you that a single Lincoln penny, yes, just 1 cent from your pocket change, could make you richer than you've ever imagined? Imagine holding a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that its value skyrockets from just 1 cent to a jaw-dropping $9.9 million. That's right, today, we're diving deep into the story of the 2005 Lincoln penny, a coin hiding in plain sight, a coin that could turn you into an overnight millionaire if you're lucky enough to find it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify this golden ticket of the coin world, and why collectors are willing to spend millions to own it. Let me paint a picture for you. This 2005. The Denver Mint is pressing out millions upon millions of ordinary pennies. To the average person, they're nothing special, just copper-plated zinc coins worth a cent. People use them to buy gum, leave them in tip jars, or let them pile up at the bottom of their car cup holders. Nobody is paying attention. But hidden within that massive sea of coins, a microscopic mistake, a tiny variation, a minting error slipped through the cracks. And that's all it took. That tiny detail transformed a regular penny into one of the rarest treasures in modern coin history, now valued at nearly $10 million. This isn't just pocket change anymore. This is life-changing money. Before we get into the juicy details of the 2005 penny, let's step back for a moment and understand why pennies, especially Lincoln pennies, are so important to collectors. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. For over a century, it's been the most familiar coin in circulation. But what makes certain pennies valuable isn't their age alone. It's their rarity, condition, errors, and demand from collectors. From the legendary 1909 SVDB penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, to the mysterious 1943 copper penny fetching millions, history has shown us that ordinary pennies can hide extraordinary value. And the 2005 penny joins that elite list. So, let's talk about the star of today's video. The 2005 Lincoln penny. Asterisk mint mark. The D stands for Denver, meaning it was minted at the Denver Mint. Asterisk design. On the front, you'll see Lincoln's iconic portrait, unchanged since 1909, and on the back, the Lincoln Memorial. This was before the design switched to the Union Shield in 2010. Asterisk composition. It's copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams. Nothing about that sounds unusual, right? But here's where the story gets wild. A handful of these 2005 pennies have been discovered with unique errors, misalignments, double dies, or unexplained minting anomalies that make them stand out. These mistakes, invisible to the naked eye at first glance, have turned this penny into one of the most sought-after coins in the world. One recently sold at auction for $9.9 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $9.9 million for a coin that people spend every single day without a second thought. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone pay millions for a penny? The answer comes down to 3 things: rarity, demand, and history. 1. Rarity. Out of the hundreds of millions minted in Denver in 2005, only a microscopic fraction have this rare error. We're talking about a 1 in a billion chance of finding 1.2. Demand. Coin collectors or numismatists go crazy over errors. To them, it's like owning a fingerprint of history, a mistake that slipped through government inspection and somehow made it into circulation. 3. History. Every rare coin tells a story. The 2005 D-penny story is about how even in modern times, with advanced technology, errors can still happen, and those errors can change someone's life forever. Now here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you know if the 2005 D-penny in your pocket is worth millions? Here's what to check: mint mark, D. Look just below the date. It has to be a Denver Mint penny. Striking errors. Some examples show doubling on the date or letters like Liberty and In God We Trust. Unusual shine or off-center strikes. Some are misaligned slightly or have strange reflections. Condition. If it's in mint or uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. Always use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. These details are too small to see with the naked eye. Imagine this: you're digging through your change jar. You've got coins everywhere, quarters, nickels, dimes, and a pile of boring pennies. Suddenly, you spot a shiny 2005 D. You pick it up, examine it, and notice something strange about the lettering. Heart racing, you do some research, maybe even send it off to a coin grading service. A few weeks later, the confirmation arrives: your coin is the real deal, 0.1 cent, transformed into $9.9 million. You go from just another person with a pocket full of change to an overnight millionaire. Think about what you could do with that money. Pay off your house, buy your dream car, travel the world, secure your family's future. All from a single penny most people wouldn't even bother picking up off the ground. So the next time you get change back at the grocery store, or the next time you dump out that jar of coins sitting in your closet, don't ignore the pennies. That small copper coin could be your ticket to life-changing wealth. The 2005 D. Lincoln penny proves that treasures are still out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. So here's my challenge. Tonight, grab your coins, grab a magnifying glass, and start hunting. Who knows? The next $9.9 million penny might already be in your hands. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about rare coins that could make you rich, smash that like button, subscribe for more treasure hunting videos, and share this with your friends, because one of them might be holding onto a fortune without even knowing it. What if I told you that a single penny, a coin that you might have walked past on the sidewalk, a coin that you might have tossed into a jar at home, or even one you spent without thinking twice, could actually make you a millionaire overnight? Yes, you heard that right. One ordinary-looking Lincoln penny from 1989, with the Denver Mint mark, the 1989 D. Lincoln cent, is now making headlines, and its current market value has shocked collectors around the globe. We're talking about an unbelievable $9.6 million for a single 1-cent coin. Imagine holding history in the palm of your hand and realizing it's not just worth a penny, but enough money to change your entire life forever. Stay tuned, because in this video we're diving deep into the unbelievable world of the 1989 D. Lincoln penny, the secrets behind why it's worth millions, the small details you need to look out for in your own pocket change, and how this simple copper-coated coin could be your golden ticket to overnight wealth. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why coin collectors and treasure hunters are calling this one of the most extraordinary discoveries in U.S. coin history. Let's rewind the clock back to 1989. It was a year of change, a year of innovation, and a year where millions of Lincoln pennies were struck at the Denver Mint. At the time, nobody thought twice about these coins. They were just another batch of pennies entering circulation, designed with Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. People used them to buy candy, toss into fountains, and fill piggy banks. Nobody suspected that one of these coins, yes, one particular 1989 D penny, would one day rise from total obscurity to become one of the most valuable coins in American history. Fast forward to today, and the world of numismatics has been shaken to its core. The 1989 D. Lincoln cent, once worth only a single cent, is now valued at a jaw-dropping $9.6 million. Let that sink in for a moment. Penny, 1 cent, less than the value of a gumball, now worth nearly $10 million. That's not just life-changing, that's history-making. Collectors across the world are calling this coin the ultimate prize, a piece of treasure hidden in plain sight. And the best part? This coin wasn't locked away in some museum or sealed in a collector's vault for decades. No, this penny was found in circulation, meaning there's a chance you could have one sitting in your coin jar right now. So, what makes the 1989 D penny so incredibly rare and valuable? Well, several factors come into play. Experts believe that a small number of coins from this minting year contained unusual striking errors, microscopic design variations, and pristine conditions that have survived through time. When you combine rarity, condition, and collector demand, the value skyrockets. And that's exactly what has happened with this extraordinary penny. Imagine pulling one out of your wallet and suddenly realizing that this tiny copper-coated treasure is worth more than luxury cars, million-dollar mansions, and even some private islands. This isn't just a coin. It's a golden lottery ticket hiding in plain sight. Think about it for a second. You might have unknowingly spent a fortune without realizing it. You might have dropped a penny in the street that was worth more than your wildest dreams. How many of us have casually tossed pennies into fountains, handed them to cashiers, or left them behind as spare change? Could one of those have been the legendary 1989 D-penny? This is why coin collectors always say, check your change. Every coin tells a story, and some stories are worth millions. Now imagine waking up one morning, digging through your old coin collection, and discovering that you're holding this exact penny. Overnight, you're not just someone with spare change, you're a millionaire. With $9.6 million in your pocket, you could pay off debts, buy your dream home, travel the world, secure your family's future, and live a life of freedom. All because of a single coin that most people would have ignored. So here's the million-dollar question. Do you have a 1989 D. Lincoln penny hiding in your wallet, purse, or piggy bank right now? After this video, I guarantee you're going to check every single penny that passes through your hands. Because 1 cent could be worth more than you ever imagine. If you love stories like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another video about rare coins that can change your life overnight. And don't forget to drop a comment below. What would you do if you suddenly found a penny worth $9.6 million? Remember, the world is full of hidden treasures, and sometimes the greatest fortune can be found in the smallest places. The 1989 D. Lincoln penny is proof that you should never underestimate the value of what you hold in your hand. Who knows? The next penny you pick up could make you the next overnight millionaire. This has been your ultimate guide to the $9.6 million Lincoln cent. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep checking your change, because your fortune could be just one coin away. Ladies and gentlemen, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and future millionaires, get ready, because today we're diving into the shocking story of a simple, everyday coin that could make you filthy rich overnight. Yes, I'm talking about the humble 1989 Lincoln 1-cent coin. The penny most people ignore. The penny most people toss in a jar, lose in their couch cushions, or spend without a second thought. But here's the twist. Some of these pennies are not ordinary at all. Some of them are worth not just a few dollars, not just a few thousand, but an unbelievable $6.6 million. That's right, you heard me correctly. $6.6 million for a coin you might already have in your pocket change right now. Now before you shake your head and think, that's impossible, let me tell you the full story. Because the 1989 penny is hiding secrets that very few people know about. And if you don't know what to look for, you could walk right past a life-changing fortune. The 1989 Lincoln penny, a coin everyone overlooks. The 1989 penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which started way back in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. By 1989, the design had been in circulation for decades, the familiar Lincoln portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Over 7 billion of these pennies were struck in that single year alone. To most people, that means the 1989 penny is common. Billions in circulation, worth only face value. But here's the key. Hidden among those billions are rare varieties, minting errors, and flawless examples that collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. And when collectors fight, prices skyrocket. Why the 1989 penny can be worth millions. So what makes one of these pennies worth $6.6 million? It all comes down to 3 things: condition, rarity, and errors. 1. Condition. Most pennies in circulation are scratched, worn, or damaged. But if you find a penny that's never been used, one in mint state condition, especially graded at the highest levels like MS-69 or MS-70, it instantly becomes worth serious money. Point 2. Rarity. Some 1989 pennies were struck with unusual variations, like double dies, off-center strikes, or even transitional planchet errors. These mistakes are incredibly rare and collectors will pay outrageous amounts to own them. Point 3. Market demand. Right now, there is massive interest in Lincoln pennies. Collectors are willing to break records for the rarest examples. That's exactly why one pristine 1989 Lincoln penny in a rare variety was sold for an unbelievable $6.6 million. Yes, someone out there turned a penny into millions. What to look for in your change now? Let's talk about what you need to do, because you might already have one of these fortune-making coins without even knowing it. Take a magnifying glass and carefully check your 1989 pennies. Here's what to look for: double die errors. Look closely at the date 1989 and at the word Liberty. If the letters or numbers look doubled or blurry, you could be staring at a rare double die error. Mint marks, check just below the date. Some pennies have unusual D for Denver or S for San Francisco mint marks with unique shapes or placement issues. Off-center strikes. If the design looks shifted, missing, or misaligned, that's another sign of rarity. Shiny perfection. If your penny looks absolutely flawless, with no scratches, full sharp detail, and blazing luster, get it graded. A high grade can push its value into the hundreds of thousands or even millions. The millionaire penny story. Now picture this. An ordinary person just like you finds a 1989 penny in pocket change. They set it aside, thinking it looked a little different. They get it checked, graded, and authenticated. The coin comes back with a near-perfect mint state grade and a rare error variety. Next thing you know, that penny sells at auction for millions, yes, $6.6 million. That's the kind of overnight wealth people dream about. That's the kind of story that turns an average person into a millionaire in an instant. And the best part? Can still happen today. Why you should check every penny? Let me ask you this. How many pennies have passed through your hands in your lifetime? Hundreds? Thousands? Maybe tens of thousands? And out of all those, how many did you actually look at? Most people don't even glance at them. They think pennies are worthless. But if just one of those coins was special, if just one was the $1 million 1989 penny, you could be living a completely different life right now. That's why smart treasure hunters, collectors, and everyday people are checking their change. They're digging through jars, searching rolls from the bank, and carefully examining every single 1989 penny they find. Because the next millionaire could be anyone. Could be you. Final thoughts. So the lesson is simple. Never underestimate the power of a penny. Especially the 1989 Lincoln cent. While most of them are worth only 1 cent, the rarest examples are worth life-changing money. Up to $6.6 million. Check your coins. Look closely, because one small discovery could turn you into the next overnight millionaire. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more hidden treasure stories, and share this with your friends. Who knows? Someone you know might be holding a fortune in their pocket change right now. And remember, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing, because the next rare penny is out there, waiting for you to find it. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a penny, and realizing it's not just worth 1 cent. It's worth $6.4 million. That's right. Today we're diving into the story of the 1974 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary but could secretly make you a millionaire overnight. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your change, and who knows, you might already be sitting on a fortune. Quick history background with visuals of Abraham Lincoln and U.S. Mint, The Lincoln cent, introduced back in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, has been in circulation for over a century. But not all pennies are created equal. Over the decades, some minting experiments, rare errors, and unusual materials have turned ordinary copper coins into some of the most valuable collectibles in American history. And when we talk about the 1974 penny, things get really interesting. Close-up coin visuals, magnifying glass, side-by-side comparisons, in 1974, the United States Mint was experimenting. Because copper prices were rising, the Mint tested producing pennies from aluminum instead of the traditional copper and zinc blend. Roughly 1.5 million aluminum cents were struck and distributed to congressmen, government officials, and others for review. But in the end, the aluminum penny was never officially released to the public. Almost all of them were ordered to be destroyed. Almost all, but not every single one. That's where things get exciting. A tiny handful of these experimental 1974 aluminum cents slipped through the cracks and found their way into private hands. Because they were never meant to be circulated, they are technically considered ultra-rare, almost mythical. And in today's coin-collecting market, that kind of rarity means jaw-dropping value. In fact, if you were lucky enough to find one of these 1974 Lincoln pennies struck on aluminum instead of copper, you could be looking at a payday of up to $6.4 million. That's not a typo. $6.4 million for a penny. Now stop and think about that. A single coin, something you'd normally toss in a jar or drop on the sidewalk, could be worth more than most houses, more than most sports cars, even more than a lifetime of salaries. So, let me ask you, if you found a penny like this in your collection, would you sell it right away? Or would you keep it as a once-in-a-lifetime treasure? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear what you would do. Digging deeper into details, asterisk. Here's what you need to know, asterisk. The 1974 aluminum penny is incredibly light compared to normal copper pennies. If you ever hold one, you'll notice the difference immediately. Asterisk, they look silvery instead of the usual brownish-red tone of a Lincoln cent. Asterisk, only a handful are known to exist today, with ownership sometimes tied up in legal disputes between private holders and the US government. That's right. The coin is so rare that even the law gets involved. Some have been confiscated. Others have made their way to auction houses. And collectors around the world dream of adding just one to their collection. Building suspense with comparisons, asterisk. To put things in perspective, think about this. In 2010, a 1974D aluminum penny surfaced and sparked a huge legal battle. The coin was valued in the millions. Imagine owning something so small it fits in your palm, yet powerful enough to change your entire financial future. That's what makes the story so fascinating. And the crazy part? These rare coins could still be out there, sitting in old coin jars, inherited collections, or tucked away in forgotten drawers. So why the massive price tag of $6.4 million? It comes down to three things: rarity, demand, and history. Collectors will pay astronomical amounts for coins that combine these three factors. And the 1974 aluminum penny has all of them. It's rare. It represents a fascinating chapter in US coinage history, and there are collectors worldwide willing to pay whatever it takes to own one. Picture this. You're at a garage sale, flipping through an old coin book someone's selling for $5. You spot a silvery-looking penny from 1974, pick it up, and realize it feels different. Fast forward a few months, and you're walking into an auction house. Bidding starts at $1 million. And it doesn't stop until it hits $6.4 million. That's not just a lucky day. That's a life-changing moment. So the next time you're sorting through your spare change or going through that old coin collection your grandparents left behind, pay extra attention to any 1974 pennies. Who knows? The penny sitting right in your hand could be your golden ticket to millionaire status. And remember, it's not just about luck. It's about knowing what to look for. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it could be worth millions. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about other Lincoln pennies and rare coins that could be hiding in your pocket, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next treasure hunt. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until then, keep checking your change, keep searching your jars, and who knows, you might just be holding the next $6.4 million penny. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.